Hey everyone, welcome back to the Grandstand Brief. It's Tom here, and today's one of those episodes where I honestly don't know where to start. Because F1 just served us rookie records, teammate drama, graphic design chaos, and a classic Verstappen-style heist in Suzuka. Let's kick it off with Kimi Antonelli. The kid's 18, and he just became the youngest driver in history to take pole position in Formula One. What a debut season he's having. I've been watching Antonelli since F2, and yeah, the raw pace was obvious. But to come into a sport this brutal and stick it on pole, that's another level. He didn't just sneak in through weather luck or a red flag fluke. This was genuine, clean, relentless one-lap speed. And the body language after qualifying? Cool as ice. Like, yeah, I expected this. I remember when I got my first taste of real karting competition at 18. I was a nervous wreck. Couldn't even hold a straight conversation without double-checking tire pressure for the fifth time. Antonelli? He's waving at cameras like he's already planning the next one. And honestly, I think this is just the beginning. Now, onto something a bit heavier. George Russell made headlines today with his comment about Lewis Hamilton. He said it was not nice seeing him struggle, and you could feel the weight in his voice. Say what you want about George being the young gun on the rise, but there's clearly a lot of respect there. It's strange seeing Lewis this off the pace, especially in a car that's finally starting to show some consistency. Whether it's setup issues, motivation, or just the changing dynamic of the team, it's hard to say. But I think Russell's comment was more than just PR. That was teammate empathy. A little human moment in a sport that's often cold. It also highlights what a fascinating contrast we're seeing between teammates this season. Russell versus Hamilton, Norris versus Piastri, Leclerc versus Sainz. Every garage has its own little rivalry brewing. And what's wild is how that tension pushes performance. Like Piastri doesn't exist in Lando's shadow anymore, he's challenging him. And George? He's not just Lewis's understudy. He's right there, trying to step out and take the lead. All right, we've got to talk about something extremely not performance-based for a second. The Miami GP livery. There's a piece going around titled, "It's So Bad," and honestly, they're not wrong. Some of these Miami-themed designs look like last-minute Canva templates. I get the vibe they're going for. Neon, beach, retro, but it's not hitting the way it did in 2022 or even last year. Ferraris look like a watermelon-flavored energy drink, and I love Ferrari, but whew. Meanwhile, AlphaTauri's was trying something bold, but it kind of looked like someone let a teenager loose with an Instagram filter pack. I miss the days when liveries felt like art. Now it's starting to feel like they're trying to go viral on TikTok instead of honoring the race. And finally, Suzuka, or as I'm calling it today, Verstappen's latest magic trick. He absolutely stole the race with a ridiculous strategy call and perfect execution. McLaren? They were stuck deep in what Andrea Stella literally called a rabbit hole. They chased some setup data that looked promising in simulation, and it completely backfired. It's one of those moments that reminds me. Formula One is a science, yes, but sometimes it's also just vibes and instincts. Red Bull knew the track would evolve. They trusted Max to adapt. McLaren went too deep into theory and missed the forest for the trees. And Max? We made it look easy. Again. That's it for today's Grandstand Brief. What a ride! From Antonelli's pole to Verstappen's Suzuka heist and some very questionable Miami design decisions. It's been a day of highs, lows, and hot takes. I want to know your thoughts. Who had the best livery? Is Russell stepping into a true leadership role at Mercedes? And is Antonelli the next big thing? Let's chat. Send me a message or drop a reply. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so we can hang out again tomorrow at the next checkered flag. Catch you then.